Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's begin. First up, snow piles up on roads as several inches expected from storm. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Before you make your first investment, it's a good idea to look into building a basic understanding.
One of the biggest fears for beginners is the volatility in the market. Investments can fluctuate in the short term, but
it is coming down, Sean. The snow started here in the Monadnock region about an hour and a half ago and coming down at a good rate right now. Now, like the rest of the people around the state, they were spending the morning getting ready for this storm at the Jaffrey DPW. And they were putting the chains on the front end loaders as salt trucks stood by ready to head out. Also, the residents getting ready for the storm. This man was filling sandbags with the sand. He says that the recent freezing and thawing have created some slippery conditions.
Ice has been an issue, we got to be careful getting up there with age and a little gray in the hair there, Electric bill's high, but yes, snow has been, we can handle it up here, I guess.
Now, as you take a live look at Route 101 here, you can see that on the westbound side there, the plow trucks have just gone by. We have 3 plow trucks, but it's already starting to get snow covered. As you take a look at the eastbound side, the plow trucks haven't come through here just yet. We have maybe about a couple of inches of snow on the ground here already at Temple Mountain. As I say, it just started about an hour and a half ago. Now, for those of you who've been through the winter with us, you know that I have a little competition going with Amy Cavino in terms of who gets the most snow. Amy Cavino is in Nashua right now, and Amy, I'm betting that Temple Mountain with a couple of inches already is ahead of Nashua there.
Ray Brewer, you are absolutely right. This time you are winning the accumulation game. I heard Kevin Skarupa say that it was coming down at a rate of 1 or 2 inches an hour, and I would say it's just about that rate here in Nashua. The flakes started to fly just before 11 o'clock this morning, right on schedule, and we have about an inch of snow on the ground here in the Gate City. You are looking live along the Everett Turnpike. This is traffic flowing southbound and northbound there across the way. It's been flowing pretty good. I've just started to notice cars slowing down as that snow begins to stick to the thoroughfare there. The Army of Plow drivers loaded up and hit their routes early this morning for the pre-treatment. These drivers tackle 700 miles of lanes in the Gate City using 40 pieces of equipment. 7-year-old Giovanni, he's scooping sand at the free sand pile in Nashua. His mother says you have to teach them young, plus she admits she wants to tire him out since he's home from school today on a snow day. The plow drivers tell us that they'll be doing their routes multiple times throughout this storm. Is this a long shift for you? How long will you be on?
I think we'll be here all night.
All night?
Yeah. By time you finish up the storm. Because you have to go back and push it all back afterwards.
Right.
So, and treat it again.
We say it time and time again, you got to give the plow drivers their due out there on the roadways. They're going to go slow. They're going to be riding in tandem, and you need to make way for them. They're just out there doing their job. That's the latest here in Nashua. Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Snow gives way to freezing rain during afternoon hours. Let's take a listen to the video. Sorry about that, we do not have that video. A burst of heavy snow hitting Massachusetts will transition to rain during the afternoon hours, but not before bumping a few inches of flakes across the area. And we have some breaking news in Maine right now. Traffic alert. There's a tractor trailer across both lanes of the Maine northbound turnpike in the northbound area of Sabas. Traffic heading north must get off at exit 86 in Sabatus. Spread the word. Portland declares a city parking ban tonight. The city of Portland has issued a city parking ban for 10 p.m. Wednesday until 6 a.m. Thursday. Vehicles left of city streets will be towed at the owner's expenses. The city offers several locations where people can park their cars during the ban for free. Vehicles must be removed from the lots by 7 a.m., except for school lots, which must be cleared by 6:30 a.m. Parking locations are listed below, and we will show you that list for you. And here's a look at that complete list for you. And now let's take a look at your U.S. market and see how your U.S. market closed for this evening. And here's a look at the U.S. market. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the red and went down. S&P 500 closed in the red and went down. CNBC IQ 100 closed in the red and went down. Gold closed in the red and went down. Oil closed in the red and went down. US 10-year closed in the green and went up. Euro/USD closed in the red and went down. And VIX closed in the red and went down. That's a look at your US stock market for this evening. S&P 500 closes lower in biggest reversal since February 2016 as rates pop. Stocks closed lower on Wednesday after trading in wide range again as interest rates climbed back up toward multi-year highs. White House staff secretary resigns amid allegations of domestic abuse. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
This is the 2018 Matan Classic Collection lineup. New classic style 13s, 17s, and 21s built right here in New England by the restoration leader, Matan Marine. Come see the new great retro boats along with Matan's latest restoration in the Matan booth number 191 at this year's New England Boat Show, taking place at the Boston Convention and Expedition Center. Meet the creator, Mike Borelli, along with the host of Shipshape TV, the G-Man. Opening weekend, Saturday and Sunday, February 10th and 11th. Meet the new legend in New England, Matan Classic Collection.
I can give you two statements, as has always been our policy when it comes to security clearances. We don't comment on them. I'm not going to change that today. I can tell you that Rob has been an effective in his role as staff secretary, and the president and chief of staff have had full confidence and trust in his abilities and his performance. More of an update on that front, Rob has put out a statement which I can read to you now, and I think it will address some of those other questions. These outrageous allegations are simply false. I took the photos given to the media nearly 15 years ago, and the reality behind them is nowhere close to what is being described. I've been transparent and truthful about these vile claims, but I will not further engage publicly with a coordinated smear campaign. My commitment to public service speaks for itself. I've always put duty to country first and treated others with respect. I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to have served in the Trump administration and will seek to ensure a smooth transition when I leave the White House.
Sarah, is he going to be leaving the White House anytime soon? There was some conversation a couple of months ago that he was at least contemplating.
He is going to be leaving the White House. It won't be immediate, but he is resigning from the White House, but is going to stay on to ensure that there's a smooth transition moving forward from here.
Sarah, thanks. Less than 18 hours ago, the White House released several statements praising Rob Porter, his service. Obviously, he's somebody who's very close with the president. So why would the president accept his resignation if the president thinks he did nothing wrong?
Look, I think that was a personal decision that Rob made, and one that he was not pressured to do, but one that he made on his own.
Does the president have any concerns about these domestic violence allegations raised against Rob Porter?
I haven't spoken to him about specific concerns.
You haven't talked to the president about this?
About whether or not he has specific concerns. I haven't asked him that question, Cecilia.
Have you seen the photos of Rob Porter's ex-wife with a black eye?
I don't know.
Okay, and that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. I'll be back with a news report later on this evening, and I'll be back with another newscast tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.